All right, Fritz fam, I guarantee you have never seen this fish before. We're here at Carolina Aquatics and we're about to check it out. Let's go. And how big do these guys get?
He's an over 100-year-old fish,
wow,
which is pretty wild.
Yeah, so it's like a $200 investment.
It's an investment.
Right?
Every now and then you get a shipment in and you open up the box, look at the bag, and you're like, oh, that's awesome. Those exotic shipments.
What's going on, Fritz fam? We are back at Carolina Aquatics with our good friend Mike.
So,
if you remember, we went over some plecos, lemon Oscars, and a lot of cool things here before. Now you've got some more cool stuff to show me.
Always trying to keep some interesting stuff in hand. This is one of the cooler things that came in with last week's shipment from South America. I see South American lungfish once in a while as little babies, but we got monster specimens that came in that are real fun to see at this size. These guys are a really ancient fish. One of the older freshwater fish groups out there. There's lungfish from Africa, from Australia, and from South America. But these guys are really unusual to see at this size. You can see they have almost like these little arms that they can use to kind of pull themselves through mud. They bury themselves in mud when the waters dry up, and they can sit in a cocoon like in dry mud basically for a year or more waiting for the water to come back up.
And how big do these guys get? These are South American, right?
South Americans are more peaceful, and if this was a West African, he'd probably be biting me right now. These guys get like 4 or 5 feet long, so it's a monster fish. Slow moving, they don't swim a lot, they don't need a huge tank, but they definitely need a lot of space.
But you're talking 5 foot long fish.
Yeah.
He's at least
That's
a couple thousand gallons.
That's a big tank or a pond.
What type of pond, like in what areas would accommodate these lungfish?
Something tropical heated for sure. You know,
like
if you
Florida?
were in, Florida, maybe Georgia if you had it heated in the wintertime, but indoor ideally. Really hardy, undemanding, they'll eat just about anything. These guys eat like frozen krill, frozen tilapia, just big meaty foods.
Wow. Okay, and so you got a darker specimen here, and then you have the lighter ones.
Oh yeah, those are our big biters. So this is kind of our big
so
fish
these are
pond.
bikers.
Yeah, I got a couple of those and a couple of lungfish in here.
Shaped a little bit the same, but you've got more spice with the bikers.
Kind of a big ancient fish tub in here.
This has come up several times on the YouTube channel. You know, is it Bashir or biker?
Technically, what they say is Bashir. You know, I'm not going to criticize anybody for how you want to pronounce it. There's no real wrong way, but yeah, Bashir, I guess, is the proper, based on like Egyptian or whatever language it was originally heard from.
How long do lungfish live?
Oh, a very long time. The longest lived fish in captivity, Methuselah, I believe, was at the Shed Aquarium or Steinhardt Aquarium. He's an over 100-year-old fish and is an Australian lungfish.
Wow.
Which is pretty wild. And that was brought in from the wild, so they don't even know how old he was before that. He could be another 40, 50, 100 years beyond that. So, very long-lived fish. They're able to hibernate for a long time on whatever they have in their body, and they kind of shut down their metabolism and just sleep, until the waters come back up. This is a pretty amazing adaptation. There have been a few people in the hobby who have actually tried to recreate that and get their lungfish to go dormant and bury in mud and successfully, and have got them back out. Yeah.
Biker, Bashir.
Yep.
Those live 40, 50 years.
Yeah, it's another very long-lived species, another ancient fish group. These guys have been here a while. They're pretty docile now, but, buddy, all right.
Yeah. He's
we'll let you back.
He's camera shy.
Yeah, I get it.
Wasn't ready to go.
But
these are really awesome. Some of your more long-living, larger monster fish.
Oh yeah.
But you also were telling me about a very small fish.
Yes.
That isn't quite a monster fish, but kind of equally
very popular, very interesting.
Popular, cool to see right now.
Sure.
Mike's always just showing us around and all the cool stuff here.
I try and keep it interesting. So these guys are a huge favorite of mine, and Corys in general are just a very popular fish in the freshwater hobby these days. Every Cory we get is pretty much popular fish, but these are one of the most brilliantly colored, prettiest Corys out there, the gold laser or orange laser Cory. They're pretty seasonal. They come from a very remote place in Peru. So at the headwaters of the Amazon, the Ucayali River, which is one of the main sources of the Amazon, They come from a tributary there, and they're a little pricey, but
pricey, but hey, it's because they're rare. You know,
exactly.
Supply, demand.
Figuring out how to get to that place. I've been to Pucallpa in Peru, where they come from, and it's a journey getting out there.
People that are doing it need to be rewarded.
Exactly.
I don't think that they're that outrageous in price.
Nah.
$35 to $45 retail.
Exactly.
On those, but they've come from far away. They're only collected at certain times. And it's a beautiful fish for the tropical community.
For sure.
Tank.
And it's a lot of work getting them here, getting them settled, acclimated, healthy, and then getting them out to the end customer, the end hobbyist. So.
And you got to buy them in a group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a $200 investment.
It's an investment for sure, but I mean they're beautiful fish, and they do.
Something green.
Yes, I do have some greens, which are much more expensive.
Do you have some greens here?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Let's look at some of
left.
the green ones.
Those guys are about double the price of the gold lasers. But yeah, I've got just a few of the greens left in here. Yeah, these guys come from the same river, interestingly enough, the same place.
What?
So, but supposedly, according to the fishers, only like 1 out of 50 or 100 of the oranges are this green color. So we don't know whether they're different species. They're different CW numbers, so we call them different numbers, but they may be the same species, just a variant.
Wow, it's like a shiny Pokemon.
Yeah,
you should never know.
Nobody's really done the work genetically to figure out what these guys are.
All right, now you promised me one more
I got
cool
one
thing.
more monster fish.
Yeah,
more
let's
cool
go check
fish.
out.
Absolutely. This is one of those, every now and then you get a shipment in and you open up the box, look at the bag, and you're like, oh, that's awesome. This is one of those. I really love that.
Are you going to freeze frame that face? Yeah. I think we should put that on a lot more of the Fritz videos going. We see something cool, Mike Tushinardi. Oh.
That's awesome.
My favorite part of those exotic shipments. So this is an aba knife fish. This is a West African species. They're widespread throughout West and Central Africa. Super intelligent and crazy aggressive fish. These are probably one of the meanest fish in the hobby.
Wow.
Like, they just kill stuff. Not to eat, just to kill.
And how big do these guys get?
About 4 feet as well.
4 feet?
There's a couple keepers out there. Again, one in Singapore. She has one that's like, he's got to be 36, 38 inches long and in a huge tank. It eats like whole crabs and whole tilapia.
Wow, he's a mean
But yeah,
fish.
see, you can see he's checking out the net. He's interested in what's going on. And like all the knife fish, they're electrogenic, so they sense their surroundings using electricity. They don't have great vision. They come from typically pretty murky waters, but they can sense the electrical field that a small fish or a prey item gives off and just go for it.
I love how his top fin moves
it's beautiful.
like that.
Oh, see, he took a bite out of the net there.
Yeah. He's looking for food. How often do you feed this guy?
About twice a week. I don't give him a ton, but when he does eat, I'll give him like live black worms or some ghost shrimp, and he just goes to town.
Wow, he's amazing. It's super expensive retail, guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's about $500 for one of these fish. No, you can't show that. That's wholesale. That's the wholesale price. It's super secret price.
Right?
Okay?
This fish he exudes personality. He's just got something to say, and he's like not afraid of anything, which is really cool. You know, right out of the bag, he's checking things out and seeing what's going on. Last week we had some fish come in from Florida, and somebody accidentally dumped some plecos in this tank. I had to pull him out immediately because he was just like, he was going up to those plecos and like pushing him around, like get out of here, get out of here, get out of here.
Man.
It was pretty cool.
Well, Fritz fam, that's all we have time for today here at Carolina Aquatics because we had to make a quick stop. But I love coming here.
They've been in business since 2005. In addition to their huge selection of rare, hard to find, fresh and saltwater fish, they offer Fritz products, other aquatic brands, and dry goods to independent dealers throughout the East Coast. If you're a local dealer, definitely check them out.
Mike, you're an expert. I love what you do.
Thanks, have fun.
You're talking at shows now. I love that. You do a lot on medications. Now, do you have a place where people come follow you directly?
No, I'm not out there in the public eye. I like being behind the scenes.
We're
That's
going
my
to give
thing.
you his cell phone number. You can call him
Right.
any time of day. His private address, show up. Ask Mike segment that we're going to be doing. We appreciate it, Mike.
Of course.
Thank you
of
so
course.
much. Thanks for taking care of things here at Carolina Aquatics and always being so kind to us. Fritz fam, tell us what you want to see next here on the channel. Until then, snailed it.